Think of the most annoying bug in that app that you use the most. Think of the one bug on the game that you play that you cannot believe they still haven't fixed after all this time. All the other times that the bug has been reported, all the times people have complained. There is a reason it's still sitting there. Companies don't fix bugs because they're annoying. They fix bugs when the cost of ignoring them exceeds the cost of fixing them. Sound cold? It's calculated. But understanding how this calculation works will save you a lot of frustration. So how do companies actually determine what bugs get fixed and when? That's the topic on today's Tech Thaumaturge. There's a scene from a movie that perfectly captures corporate decision making. A car company discovers a defect. They calculate the cost of fixing every car versus the cost of lawsuits from injuries. If lawsuits cost less, they don't fix the cars.
Take the number of vehicles in the field, A, multiply it by the probable rate of failure, B, then multiply the result by the average out-of-court settlement, C. A times B times C equals X. If X is less than the cost of a recall, we don't do one.
The logic applies to software bugs too, usually with less dramatic consequences though. Every company, whether they admit it or not, runs a similar calculation. Understanding it helps you understand why some bugs never get fixed. Most companies use a priority system for bugs. The labels vary, but the concept is pretty universal. P1 through P5. P1 is critical. System is down. Revenue is actually being lost. Customer data is at risk. All hands are on deck. Everything else stops. Time of day doesn't matter. You might get paged or pinged at 2 a.m. in the morning or whatever. It doesn't matter. You have to fix it immediately. P2, high. Major functionality is broken. Significant users are affected, needs to be fixed very, very soon, but we have a little bit of time. You can likely still get called late hours of the morning for these types of issues. P3s, medium. Something is wrong, but workarounds exist. It's annoying, but it's not catastrophic. P4s, minor issues, cosmetic problems, things that would be nice to fix someday. P5, won't fix. Acknowledged, but deprioritized indefinitely. These are bugs in name only. Your frustrating bug is probably a P3 or a P4. It genuinely bothers you, but from the company's perspective, it's not a big enough fire to justify the resources to fix it. Here's what happens behind the scenes when someone decides priority. Cost to fix. Engineering hours required. Opportunity cost. What those engineers won't build instead. Risk of introducing new bugs while fixing this bug. Testing and deployment costs. On the other side, there's the cost of not fixing it. Customer churn. How many people actually will leave over this? There's a support burden. How many tickets does this generate? Reputation damage. Is this getting negative press? Revenue impact. Is this blocking sales? If the cost of fixing exceeds the cost of not fixing, the bug stays unfixed. It's not personal, it's economics. When you wonder why your bug report went nowhere, consider it only affects a few users. If only 0.1% of users encounter the bug, it's mathematically not worth fixing compared to features that will help 100% of users. Maybe workarounds exist. If users can accomplish their goal another way, the urgency drops dramatically. The cost is high. Some bugs live in ancient code that nobody wants to touch. Fixing them might require refactoring systems that work well enough, or it may require an engineer who has zero knowledge of that part of the code to learn it and hopefully not introduce a bigger bug in their attempt to fix that one. Other priorities are higher. Even with AI tools becoming more ubiquitous, engineering capacity is finite. Every bug fix means a feature not built or a different bug not fixed. The squeaky wheel isn't loud enough. Bugs get escalated when enough people complain loudly enough. One polite report rarely moves the needle. If you want your bug fixed, you need to change that calculus. First, you can increase the cost of not fixing it. Organize other affected users to report it. Connect the bug to revenue impact. Get attention from someone with budget authority. Document workarounds failing or not doing what they're supposed to. Second, you can decrease the cost of fixing. Provide clear reproduction steps, identify a likely cause if you can, suggest potential solutions, reduce the investigation time required. Companies are optimizing machines. If you change the inputs, you're going to change the outputs. Here's the thing that nobody wants to admit. This system mostly works. With infinite resources, every bug would be fixed immediately. In reality, resources are finite. Prioritization means some things don't get done. Let's take the alternative. Fixing bugs in the order they're reported would be objectively worse. Critical issues would wait behind trivial ones. Resources would be wasted on problems that affect almost nobody. The priority system is imperfect, but it allocates limited resources to maximum impact. Your bug isn't getting fixed isn't a failure of the system, it might just be the system working as intended. That doesn't make it less frustrating when you're affected, but understanding the mechanics of it helps you understand how to work within that system or to find alternatives. Next time you encounter an unfixed bug, first, check if it's actually reported. Many known bugs were never formally documented or reported. Provide excellent reproduction steps. The easier you make it to verify and understand, the lower the fix cost overall. Identify the business impact. It affects our team's productivity X hours a week. Is more compelling than it's really annoying. Find allies. One report is ignorable. 20 reports from different customers is a pattern, and those 20 separate reports get linked into the respective ticket when it gets to engineering. Consider workarounds. Sometimes the practical answer is working around the bug, not waiting for the fix. I'm aware that's unpopular, but vote with your feet or money if necessary. If a bug is genuinely blocking your work and won't be fixed, that's information about the product and you should make it clear. Bugs don't get fixed because they're frustrating. They get fixed when the cost of ignoring them exceeds the cost of fixing them. Understanding this equation won't make unfixed bugs less annoying, but it will help you set more realistic expectations about when they'll get fixed. It'll help you advocate more effectively for them. It'll help you make informed decisions about which tools to use instead. And every priority decision is a resource allocation decision. Companies, like all organizations with limited resources, have to choose. Your bug is competing with every other bug and every other feature request. The system isn't fair to individual users, but it's how software actually gets maintained in the real world.